Meet Claude, a famed albino ambassador. One of less than 50 color-free gators worldwide. Claude's story first began in a Louisiana swamp, inside something extremely rare. An albino alligator nest. Like these similar all-white hatchlings, Claude's brothers and sisters were also born albino. Proof of two parents carrying the same recessive trait. In reptiles like Claude, pigmentation mutations come down to complicated chemistry.
In mammals, there's really only one amino acid that gives rise to all the melanin that we see. But in reptiles, fish, and amphibians, there's 3 or 4, sometimes 5 different kinds of amino acids or other compounds that give rise to different kinds of pigments.
For Claude, life in the wild is not an option. Looking closely, his inner eyelids may work, but he's almost blind. It's a linked albino trait. In nature, albino animals risk 3 main threats: compromised vision, damaging UV light, and inability to camouflage.
They'll stick out, and they are much more likely to be seen from a distance and eaten than the pigmented alligators.
But at the aquarium, an 8-foot-long, 150-pound Claude makes himself at home on this heating platform. He now lives with a gator roommate named Bonnie. Surprisingly, members of the same species don't necessarily identify albinos as unusual, as animals recognize one another far more by scent than sight. Bonnie and Claude often wrestle for turf, and recently Bonnie bit Claude's toe. But he's recuperating well in a tank of his own, a white-hot star in his own right. Yet when albinism actually saves an extraordinary marine mammal from certain death, the colorless creatures get even more unforgettable. With number 4, Cygnus England 2007. This is Whitebeam the seal. Ice blue and white, not grayish-brown. A good Samaritan spotted the impossible-to-miss pup dying on a beach. Color wasn't the problem. A respiratory parasite was starving the seal's blood of oxygen. At the Natureland Seal Sanctuary, in just a few months, Whitebeams made a stunning comeback. Eating pounds of fish, putting on weight, swimming with other seals. Yet Whitebeam faces unique albino challenges. Here, the seal narrows his eyes in harsh sunlight. It's a syndrome called photophobia, extreme sensitivity to light. Contrary to popular belief, true albinism's defined by the presence of eye problems, not lack of pigment.
If you brought the animal in for examination, an eye exam would be the #1 thing.
Fortunately, gray seals use prey-sensing whistles, not sight, to hunt food. Yet as Whitebeams release moves, many wonder, can the seal survive ocean predators? White fur stands out in the crowd. Handlers can only hope he'll beat the odds.
He's been mixing very well with the other seals in the pool here at Natureland. There's no hint of them picking on him because he was different or anything like that. Once he's out there and underwater catching fish, it's quite murky out there anyway, so I don't think that'll be a disadvantage.
With Whitebeam's recovery complete, it's time, as he and another seal named Holly bounce back into the gray waves. Whitebeam's journey ends where it began. A flash of white lighting up the shadowy North Sea. Up next on Weird, True and Freaky, the all-white all-stars get even more remarkable, with one man's struggle to save a 1 in a million fawn. And later, it's one for the record books, our jaw-dropping story #1, a man-sized ghostly Goliath you have to see to believe. Just pulled from the Weird, True and Freaky files. It's our albino's Freaky Peek. A fishing captain photographs a once-in-a-lifetime sight. We've concealed its actual shape, but biologists say it's one of the world's only known albino dolphins captured on film. For its true color, stay tuned. You won't believe your eyes.